Hey toy collectors, welcome to another super exciting, outrageous toy review. I was recently at a toy show. It's nice to see them slowly returning. You know, people were wearing masks, trying to keep their distance. The place wasn't packed, so I felt like it was a pretty safe event. And I was able to pick up some cool stuff, and I want to show it off to you guys. I'm going to start with the Tiger Fish. This is the G.I. Joe Tiger Force version of the Cobra water moccasin, painted up in its Tiger Force colors. It is complete minus one part. There is a ski torpedo that goes on the bottom here. That is a hard part to find, but considering that it had the rear fins and everything, I decided to pick it up. I do have one of these in my collection that is also missing some parts. I can't remember if that has the ski bomb or not, but I know it was missing at least one of these side covers. I got it out of a lot I bought at a flea market a while back that I did a haul video on. But this is a vehicle I like. I'm a pretty big fan of Tiger Force vehicles, at least. I just really want to have all those in my collection, so I bought this one as a nice step up from the one I already had. I picked up this Shredder with this awesome custom shirt. I think this is absolutely hilarious that he has a homemade tank top on there. But the real reason I picked this guy up is that he's actually a soft head shredder, meaning he's a first release. I have one in my collection, but it has some paint rub, and so this guy's actually going to replace him in the collection, but I am never taking this shirt off him. I think that's hilarious. This is not actually part of my show haul, but my buddy Dave, who you may have seen in my top 10 G.I. Joe videos, was able to pick me up a flocked Panthor when he was in Florida, of all places. He found it at Walmart, and he came to the show, so I was able to get this off of him. And my buddies Rose and Tony from RetroCon were able to pick me up a Keldor Cronus 2-pack from Target, and I saw them at the show, so I was able to get that off of them, which was awesome. Back to toy show pickups. I got the Dino Thunder White Ranger for less than retail. I just never picked this guy up. I never saw him in stores, and so to get him cheaper than retail, I couldn't say no. I picked up the G.I. Joe Desert Fox. This is a very, very dirty toy. I really need to clean this, but it's pretty cool. I had this as a kid, and I took it to the beach with me, and the sand just scuffed up the stickers and really kind of destroyed it, and eventually I did get rid of it, so I'm happy to have it back in my collection. It's got the missiles, it's got the steering wheel, it's got the gun post. None of the pegs in there are broken, so I'm not going to stick this in there until I get a chance to clean this whole thing out. It's got its antenna there. There is one problem. My buddy Dave pointed out to me the axles are broken. They should move together. So that's disappointing. I didn't realize that until after I bought it. But it will display nice. It looks good in my collection. And, you know, maybe I can find a good axle and change that out at some point. One of my favorite things to buy at toy shows are accessories. I got a vintage Masters of the Universe Beastman whip. I got a red clip for Terrorclaw Skeletor. And I got the gun to Sarad. All of these are from Masters of the Universe and hard to find. I also picked up the Vindicator Hovercraft from Battle Force 2000. I'm not a die-hard Battle Force 2000 guy, but it is so G.I. Joe that I would like to eventually have all the vehicles and be able to build the Future Fortress. And I picked this up. It's complete, and it was pretty inexpensive. Not that Battle Force 2000 stuff is real expensive, but I have noticed that it has a little damage on it. So, kind of like the Desert Fox, I'm a little bit disappointed in this purchase. It does have the little releasable smaller vehicle part here. It's got its bag of missiles, but when I look closely, there's little bits of damage. Somebody tried to pry at this with a screwdriver at some point, and that's kind of a shame. There's also a couple little melt marks over here. I purchased these two amazing Joker motorcycles. These were made by Kenner, and my favorite thing about these is that they're part of the Kenner part reuse cycle, and I just find it fascinating. This motorcycle was also released with a different missile and different paint scheme as part of the RoboCop's toy line. And this motorcycle, minus its firing sidecar and Joker face decorations, was released as RoboCop's motorcycle, as well as Batman's motorcycle over the years. It really does make me think of Mask. I also picked up this awesome G.I. Joe Castle of the Doomed record. Cinema Sickness, a fellow retro YouTuber, had a booth there. He goes to a lot of thrift stores and buys media, like VHS tapes and things like that. And he was selling a bunch of 80s memorabilia, and I grabbed this record. I love how Cobra Commander has his logo on his back and isn't wearing gloves. I kind of like the artwork on the back more than the front. My final purchase of the show was Louis the Plumber from Hasbro's Cops and Crooks line. He's part of the second wave and one of the figures I don't have in my collection. I've been looking for this guy for a while, and a couple times I've found him, he's had broken elbows. So I'm not going to pose him too much, but I'm real excited to have him. And thanks to my buddy Will, who is a flea marketing guy that often sells at toy shows, for giving me a great deal on him. In the comments down below, let me know what you think was my best pickup of the day. Thanks for watching this super exciting, outrageous toy review. Make sure to like, subscribe, and check out my other videos.